Guys and girls, how are you today? We get ready for the Jets and Tennessee Titans tomorrow. Better than I thought. Upset special? Nah. Maybe. I just checked the spread on the game, which I don't usually check spreads on games. If I say this every 3 or 4 weeks, I really apologize. I just feel I have to, and I do it totally for me. So here it goes. This is what I would usually say, if I ever said it before. If I haven't, this is what I would like to say. I usually don't check the spreads on games because I don't bet. I gave up that right. Gosh. 10, 8 years? I don't even know. I'd have to ask Margarina. I don't even know how many years it's been. Long time ago. I gave up that right. And the reason is because some things in life, some people can't do responsibly. Yeah, what? And if you're one of those people, you have to recognize it and say to yourself, nope. And then move on to the next thing that'll possibly harm you and see if you can do that responsibly until you find the thing that you can do that is harmful, but you can do responsibly. Isn't that what life's all about? Anyway, the Jets are 7-point underdogs against the Tennessee Titans without Julio Jones, without A.J. Brown, without their home crowd. It's in New Jersey. That's incredible. I wonder if a team has ever been without their 2 top receivers, who are 2 really good receivers, and are a touchdown favor away. So many statistics, the Jets, right? They create so many things. So, Jay, what are you doing? How do you think? Why? Simple. Because the Tennessee Titans are missing their 2 top receivers, and the Jets have a tendency at times to stop big, lumbering running backs. Their defensive line is built in such a way that sometimes they do really well against big, strong, even speedy, but big, strong running backs. And if that's the case, the Jets will be in this game. Now, is Derrick Henry going to bust a 22 and an 18 and a 50? Very possible. He could rush for over 100 yards. But if you're going to count on Derrick Henry to just completely beat you, I don't think that's the case. And if that's not the case, then Tannehill has other options he can throw to, and he can throw to successfully. But again, I'm not a gigantic Tannehill fan. So for me, this game screams that it could be a good football game. But is it one of those games like Salah talked about where the Jets are going to learn how not to lose? Because he said that you have to do that first. Or is it actually a game the Jets can win? And the reason I think they have a shot, because the Titans do not have the kind of offense tomorrow that is stand to come back from 14, 21, to put, 10 points, 7 points on the board late. They can. Don't get me wrong. They definitely can. Against the Jets' young secondary, they can do all those things. I think this game is sitting there for the Jets. I really do. And the scary thing about it is if the Jets can somehow pull this one out tomorrow, how interesting does London look now, right? It can get interesting. I believe Zach Wilson will have his first professional, solid football game tomorrow. I do believe this. I do believe it. I think it's just a perfect storm. You got Mims coming back, and that, even if Mims doesn't do much, you have Mims coming back. You have Crowder coming. Crowder, who was a big deal not to have on the field, guys. A big deal. He is a guy that does get open. He is a guy that put up good numbers with Sam and Gase. Missing Crowder is no joke. Crowder could easily be just as important as Corey Davis at times. So I think it's a perfect storm. I really do. I really do. And most importantly, it's at home. And this game can turn out to be a real mess tomorrow. A real mess. A real disaster if things go really badly. Like ugly. But I don't think that's going to be the case. Whether the Jets can actually pull it out, we'll see. But I think the Jets are going to be right there. Right there. And I do believe they can win this game. I do. I think this kid at quarterback, he just needs anything. Any kind of optimism. And this kid is going to fly like an eagle. There just has been nothing whatsoever, other than that brief little Corey Davis explosion in the first game. There's been nothing since. This kid needs to play in a football game that matters the whole entire game. And I think he's going to get that tomorrow. And I think we're going to see why we picked him so high tomorrow. Can he have an interception? Yeah, he could still do things wrong. I just think the Jets are going to be in it, and we're going to see some really good plays. And I have no idea why. But that's how I feel about it, and I'm sticking with it. And it's the fourth game of the season, and they're 0-3, and they're home. And it's the NFL, and the other team is missing their two best receivers, and this is the NFL. This is what happens. We're just not used to it because the whole parity thing hasn't included the Jets lately. But truth be told, it's, even your teams last year that were like, fifth worst, sixth worst, they play a lot of close games. We just can't wrap our arms around that. But they play a lot of close games. And the Tennessee Titans, if they had their two best receivers, are a solid team. They don't have them. They're not a solid team tomorrow. So I think the Jets are going to surprise people. I really do. I think tomorrow's it. I just would love to get a W out of it because that would make next week's fascinating. So that's how I feel about it. I felt like that last night, and I said, no. You're not going to make a video the way you feel right now. I felt like that this morning. I said, just wait 5 more hours. And it never went away, so it's still here. And if you see this video in about 2 hours and then you don't see it in about 4 hours, I changed my mind. No, I'm just kidding. I'll keep it. I know once I feel like this, I'm going to feel like this. Tomorrow's going to be a good day, guys. Win or lose, it's going to be a good day for the Jets. If we're going to be bitching, we're going to be bitching about one thing. How it was there for us to win. And we didn't. So hopefully we don't bitch about that. So enjoy the game, guys. I'll be on tomorrow after the game to talk about the game and a preview of next week. Denzel Mims.